Hello, this is Team 7 presenting our final solution. This is our agenda today. Let me start with perishable food desire. Before all the analytical process part and high impact questions, I would like to use 3 pictures to share my stories and our team member experience in order to explain why we are focusing on needs of perishable food. I put myself into a food insecure situation by joining 30-hour famine campaign launched by World Vision in 2018. For up to 30 hours without food, I cannot forget the extreme craving for perishable food. I clearly know that people who are suffering from food insecurity, they need perishable food, which is fresh and nutritious. The third picture told us that food from pantry is non-perishable food, which is like canned food. Now, let us quickly glance into the analytical results of SNAP data. We could see that there is 60% of high demand in perishable food. After reaching out to a senior strategy in consumer good at SAS, who was previously a senior policy advisor at USDA, and watching the interview of Lisa, who is the CEO of Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, we decided what we are going to solve. And this is our high impact questions. How can we optimally distribute perishable food to those in need? How can we solve last mile problem with fresh and organic food item? The following are our solutions. Finding our potential partners and the food distribution, we analyze data set and come up with map based on zip code to show the tendency. We also combined the analysis outcome and created a list of kitchens that have refrigerated systems to help store perishable food.
Why community kitchens? Community kitchens are food distribution locations that are active and inspected by the health department. These include churches and community service facilities, among others. These facilities are built on the basis of volunteers who want to serve their communities, and these aim to help community-minded organizations more easily engage in the service component of their charitable mission. We focused on a few specific types of target partners. These are church kitchens, personal care boarding homes, community service facilities, refrigerated warehouse, and food banks and food pantries. We identified the locations of the most target kitchens and the locations where the most food were distributed. Green areas show more available target kitchens on this map, and red areas show fewer target kitchens. There are 3 zip codes to focus on: Pittsburgh, McKeesport, and Wilkinsburg, which have 49, 34, and 34 target kitchens respectively.
We identified the regions where the most greatest food distribution has been done. These are the 3 major distribution centers like Duquesne, Pittsburgh, East Liberty, where the most of the pounds of foods have been distributed. And and these are the target kitchens in the McKeesport. That is, we are using the network of these kitchens to distribute the food in the 3 districts that we have identified. These are the distribution solutions on the basis of the capacity capacity data that we have gathered through the Pittsburgh Food Bank, and we found that the existing hauling capacity of 240 to 4,400 LBS is suitable to meet the year-long average demand of 55.2 million pounds. And acquiring more storage facility in the last mile district is required to ensure the proper inventory management and the faster food mobility in these districts. And partnering up with the churches and local restaurant, as a team member, she approached the churches and she found that we can leverage the network of those churches to enhance our storage capacities, refrigerated storage capacities in these last mile districts to ensure the intermittent supply of perishable food items in these districts.
So coming to the cost effectiveness part of our solution, as per our data analysis, the data shows a strong interest in certain perishables. These should be targeted for distribution into freezer or refrigerated space in the community. It can be quick in and out once up and running. We can utilize the $400 million grants provided by USDA using local food purchase assistance program. One example of a project which received the grant is the Produce Box LLC project. Their focus was to expand distribution and marketing of fresh fruits and vegetables to food insecure families living in food deserts in North Carolina. So they developed an e-commerce solution to order and receive fresh produce every week. Also, they created jobs for many residents by introducing positions like the neighborhood ambassadors who serve as active participants. We suggest to introduce a grant application for LFPA funds to activate community kitchens in areas of need. We believe that an outreach fellow or similar position can execute this, and there is available funding for this idea. Based on this review, our proposal would be a strong candidate for multi-year funding to conduct the necessary outreach and execution.
Pea Pantry would be one of the good examples of the implementation. Pea Pantry is in partnership with Bellefield Church, and they usually stacks up non-perishable items on the shelves like the first pictures. Yet they set up designated dates and time to distribute produce items, including misfit produce, so-called ugly fruits, like the picture in the middle. Also sharing available recipe of the month, people can learn how to actually consume nutritious fruit, fresh food items. To sum up, analyzing a Giant Eagle store SNAP data, it was found that there is a strong interest in certain perishables. Accordingly, we believe these should be targeted for a better distribution into freezer or refrigerated space in the community and provide a better access to those in need. The identification of community kitchen that is volunteer-based is to establish a structure for the last mile to optimize the use of space for perishables. And we found areas of need and community kitchens to be overlapped and or close enough for access, which we call the pilot area. Pittsburgh Food Bank can execute a grant application for LFPP funds to activate community kitchens in areas of need to provide perishable and healthy food to communities in need. Also, we would like to recommend negotiating year-long contract terms with the existing network of farmers, wholesalers, and suppliers to procure misfit and surplus food items to ensure sustainability.